So today I'm going to go over how to look at a piece of music in the normal music format, be able to tell what key that music's in and everything by looking at the sharps and flats at the beginning of it, and go over some music theory that'll kind of help you out in reading music and stuff like that with the circle of fifths. So anyway, please stick around to the end. Click on the like, subscribe button and the bell thing to be notified of any future videos, and we'll get started as soon as we roll the intro.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
So hey guys, in the last video we went over the 1, 4, 5 and the circle of fifths and how to use that in finding the right chords to play on the guitar. Now we're going to get into how you know the notes of the scales for different keys that you see in music and how you come up with those notes using the circle of fifths. So anyway, let's get started. Hey, we always start these videos with the basics. Coffee. This is the circle of fifths. I want you to remember in the musical alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's 7 notes. There's kind of an order of sharps. There's also 7 sharps. You know, there's one for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and there's 7 flats. So there's kind of a thing in the circle of fifth called the orders of sharps, orders of flats that you'll hear about. And one of the things, if you're going to study music, if not, this will be like blah, 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 blah. But this is a real simple way of being able to look at how many sharps or flats are on a piece of music and know what key that music's in. Sometimes you just see a bunch of sheet music and you're going, what key is this? You know, doesn't list it out. But I want you to look at the beginning of every sheet music. You're going to see this. And you'll see it'll either have this right here, this right here. It'll have either nothing there, which is a C major if you don't see any sharps or flats. If you see 2 sharps, then, you know, that means it's a certain key of music. Every time you see that particular sharp, instead of playing the natural note, you're going to play it sharp. So the amount of sharps you see, these sharps will always be placed on a particular line or particular space. It's the same one. If you look back on my music theory where these lines are E, you know, every good boy does fine. So E, G, B, D, F, and the spaces spell out face. So if you look right here, that sharp's on a C, you know, that one's on a F, on that top F. It will always be there. So this is always, when you see 2 sharps, going to be a particular key, right? So sometimes you'll see it and there's 6 or 7 sharps and flats, which mean, you know, that's a different key. And I'm going to explain more of it here in a second. Same thing with flats. You'll see pieces of music with 4 flats. You'll see pieces of music with, you know, 5 flats and everything else. And keep in mind on a guitar, between E and A, you know, between F and G, there's that fret between them, you know, that's your sharp, that's your flat. So anyway, so the order of sharps and flats, a particular order that they come in for the circle of fifths. You can remember F, C, G, D, A, E, B if it's easier for you to just remember, you know, you're just remembering those 7 things in that order. Or if you look at what they spell backwards, is actually the order of flats, which is easier for me to remember when I'm writing it out. I just remember bead, G, C, F. So bead, B-E-A-D, bead, G, C, F. And then you write that in reverse for the order of sharps. So if we took a circle and just drew a circle right here, I don't want you to see how bad my penmanship, so I drew the circle ahead of time, but you know, and then you just drew kind of like the face of a clock, you know, draw your 12 hand, your 3 hand, your 6 hand, your 9 hand, and then put in your 1, your 2, just like you're drawing a clock right there. So, you know, if you drew those out and then you put your C note, you know,
if you take that center line and go back to the left one space, that's kind of where this is going to start. So if you wrote your order of sharps out, went F, C, G, D, A, E, B. Now for your order of flats, from that F would be B, E, A, D flat, G, your C, and of course your F. And keep in mind, like I was telling you earlier, going back this way are your fourths, going back this way are your fifths. You see the order of sharps and flats here. What I want you to do is underneath the zero, so if you drew this circle out, you started with this top center thing, went back one space, you drew F, C, G, you drew out your sharps going this way, C, G, D, A, E, B, and then coming backwards, you would spell out your order of flats, B, E, A, D, G. So what I want you to do is below the C, if you just wrote a 0, right? So starting right at C, that's telling you in the key of C, there are no sharps and flats on music, right? So going to the right, if you go to G, put 1 sharp. Go to D, put 2 sharps. Go to A, put 3 sharps. E, 4 sharps. B, 5 sharps. F sharp, put 6 sharps. And on a D, put 7 sharps, right? And then going back up here to the 0 to get your order of flats, go to the left. On your first space, put 1 flat. Your next one, put 2 flats. Your next one, put 3 flats. Your next one, put 4 flats. Your next one, put 5 flats. And then 6 flats, and then 7 flats. And what this tells you is if you're looking at a piece of music and you were to look up there and that thing has 4 sharps at the beginning of the music, that's the key of E. If you look up there, and let me go drag some of those, I have them in pictures. So anyway, just wanted to show you this. So you come see some piece of music written out and everything, and you see 7 sharps on it. You see this, only it would be over here with the treble clef, but you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can look at this chart right here and go, oh, okay, that's a C sharp major. That's the key it's in, C sharp major. And then, if you were to look over here and see 4 sharps on it, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you saw that piece of music, by looking at your chart right here, that's an E major. It's in the key of E major. So, and the same thing works with the flats. If you see 2, you see 3 instead of sharps, they were flats sitting out here on different notes. That helps just by looking at a piece of music what key that's in. So it's kind of one of the neat uses in theory of knowing, and basically, like I said on here, anytime you see it, that means as you're playing that whole piece of music, unless it's denoted otherwise, anytime you play this F within the music, you're going to be playing F sharp. Unless they have like a little natural sign or saying to play it flat that one time or something like that. Anytime you come across this particular note, it's going to be the sharpened note. And the same with all these, like the C. Anytime you play a C in that there, it's going to be a C sharp. So anyway, just kind of wanted to give you some of the theory. There's a lot of videos on application of this and how to use it and how to do that, but wanted to go over this just so you have it in your head. Like I said, I showed you with the 1, 4, 5 and tying things together and your relative minors, but I wanted to give you the theory just so you know how helpful in music that circle of fifths can be. I wanted to go over one other thing. Also, this sharps and flats, an order of sharps and flats tells you the scale notes and everything. So if you look right here, let's say you take your key of F. If I, that's what I had written right here. So if you take the key of F, you look down here, there's one flat. This is going with your flats I'm covering first. So that's this order of flats. There's one flat, and that's going to be a B. It's that first space. So your note, that means your B is going to be the one that's flat. So your notes of that scale would be F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E. So if you took your next one, let's say you took the B flat. Right here, there's two flats. That's going to be a B and an E. So the B and E are going to be flat. So the notes of that scale, of course, it would start on B flat. It always goes in order. Would be B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A. So if I went down to the E flat, there's three flats, and so that's going to be B, E, A, right? So if you look, B, E, and A are going to be flatted notes. So if you look right here, that those notes are going to be, it's going to start on E flat and go, you know, in order through the alphabet. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D will be the notes of that scale. It does the same thing with sharps. As you can see, I kind of wrote them all out here, you know, but that's a way you can tell with this chart exactly what notes are in a particular scale. You can do it with sharps and flats. They do the same thing over here. If you look at G, there's one sharp, and it's going to be an F sharp, you know, your order of sharps. So there's one F sharp. So if you look, it's going to be G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. So if you took your next note, the D, says there's two sharps. So if you look, F and C are going to be your two sharps. So it'd be start with D, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. Took your next one, 3 on the A, you know. So you're going to look at, that's going to have 3 sharps, F, C, and G. So it would start on A and go A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. You know, you get all the way through these, and you know, of course, when you get to the one with 7 sharps and flats, it's easy. Everything is sharp. Or on your 7th flatted one, you know, the C flat, everything are flat notes. And remember, your key of C has no sharps, no flats. It's all major notes. That's why we don't have that as the normal scale. You know, your key of C major is just all major notes. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys. We will be putting out more videos, so if you know anybody that can benefit from it or anything, please click on the like, subscribe button and down below, and click on the bell to be notified, and please share it with your friends if you know anybody that would like to learn the guitar. And anyway, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.